Cimoooooooo!
What's going on, guys? It's Cimo. Now today I wanted to bring you a discussion on Kumongous, the sticky string kaiju. Now, kaijus have pretty much solidified themselves as the ultimate answer to unbreakable boards. And what's really cool is that a lot of us have been playing Gameciel the past few months because we've come to the conclusion that Gameciel is the best kaiju for the job. But today I want to challenge that notion with Kumongous because Kumongous, while it has a lot of parallels to Gameciel, also has a lot of external synergies that you may not have thought of and might make you change your mind on which kaiju you want to play moving forward. So, for those of you who aren't aware, Kumongous is a level 7 Earth insect monster with 2400 attack and 2500 defense. And similar to Gameciel and all the other kaijus, the effect is you can special summon it by tributing one monster your opponent controls to their side of the field in face-up attack position. And the rest of the effects, again similar to the kaiju monsters, are related to kaiju counters and things like that. We're not going to focus on that because we're just focusing on the fact that you can basically just tribute this card over anything you want on your opponent's field and basically allow you to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Things like Beatrice, Dante Pilgrim, tribute the fuck over it. Things like Cosmo Dark Planet, Cosmo Dark Destroyer, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, Cyber Dragon Infinity, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, tribute the fuck over it because Kumongous, as well as all of the other kaijus, do not give a fuck about your unbreakable board. You just drop that motherfucker down and you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. So that's why we all love these kaijus. But outside of that, there are some other things that you may not have thought about as to why Kumongous is really important. So to start off with, Gameciel is a level 8, whereas Kumongous is level 7. Now why that's important is because if you're playing against a Blue Eyes opponent, and if you drop a Gameciel and you don't actually kill it that turn, they can then use that Gameciel for a rank 8 Xyz play. Whereas if you use Kumongous and don't kill it, then they don't have another level 8 that they can just use as an Xyz material with one of their Blue Eyes cards to make one of their powerful rank 8 plays. And that's really, really important. The best they could do is, use one of their level 1 tuners and tune into something like Stardust Spark Dragon. But again, we're not planning on these things staying around for more than one turn. This is kind of like worst case scenario if you absolutely cannot fucking kill the kaiju. Basically, you want to have a level 7 on their field than a level 8, because that's going to do you much more good in the long term. Now, another thing that makes Kumongous stand out is if you're playing Pendulums, because if you're playing something like Metal Foes, or any other Pendulum deck that has the ability to Pendulum Summon level 7s, Kumongous is level 7, and it's a lot easier for a Pendulum deck to Pendulum Summon level 7s than it is level 8. So, if you don't want to use the Kaiju for the ability to tribute over one of your opponent's monsters, you can actually use it offensively and Pendulum Summon it on your field, giving you an extra 2400 points of damage to use in battle. And if you want to take that even further, say you are playing Metal Foes Volflame is level 7 too, so you could pretty much overlay those for a rank 7 if you want to take it that far. So that's just another really cool trick you can do as well. Now, one other factor that people don't really consider are the attack values and the defense values. Now, a lot of people gravitated to Gameciel because Gameciel only has 2200 attack, so it's really easy to run over. Now, Kumongous has 2400 attack, and that extra 200 attack is sort of relevant for certain things, like take Cosmo Sliprider. Sliprider's on 23, so Sliprider can get over a Gameciel, but it can't get over a Kumongous. But if you're looking in the wider context, what are the most common powerful monsters you're going to see? It's going to be things like Dante, Beatrice, Break Sword that more than likely is going to have, 3k attack from a Ragged Gloves. You have Spirit Dragon, you have Blue Eyes, you have Dragon Spirit of Light, Cosmo Dark Destroyer, Cosmo Forerunner, Cosmo Dark Planet. There's so many examples I could just keep naming that the monsters have over 2500 attack. So regardless of if you play Gameciel or Kumongous, you're going to more than likely be able to get over that kaiju one way or another. Except for that niche example like with Sliprider, like I said, but I digress. So what are the downsides of this card? Well, the downside is, again, the attack value is a little bit different, so that is important. The other thing that's also good to note as well is that Gameciel has 3000 defense, whereas Kumongous only has 25, so if they want to switch it to defense mode, assuming you don't kill it, then there is that notion as well that that's really good and really easy to kind of get over, because 2500 defense is a lot easier to kill than 3000 in battle. But going back to the downsides, there really aren't a whole lot. Gamma Seal has some other external synergies with things such as water, because you can pitch it for the water costs. It's level 8, so it has trade-in synergy with any decks that play trade-in, like Blue Eyes. So really, they're kind of two cards that do the same thing and fulfill the same role, but they have other applications as well. And so really, I think that's what it should come down to. If you're really looking to play Kaijus, and you want something that's really going to just solve all your problems, either one of these is really the best choice, whether it's Gamma Seal or it's Kumongous. But if you're looking for those really niche specific applications, like the fact that Kumongous is a level 7, or the fact that Gamma Seal is a level 8, or the fact that Gamma Seal has 200 less attack, so it's just a little bit easier to run over, that's the thing that you really need to focus on. The other part of it too is that the downside of Kaijus is that they do rely on your opponent playing cards. So if your opponent's playing very passively and they're not really playing anything that matters, the Kaijus can become dead cards in your hand that could have been something else, you know, whether it's a combo piece for something else in your deck, or something that's much better as a standalone card. So there is that also to consider as well. But for the most part, Kaijus are mainly upside because they allow us to actually keep playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the current format where there's so many things that are trying to prevent us from playing the game. A lot of us have been playing against Herald of Perfection deck, and I don't know about you guys, but just being able to drop a Kaiju over a Herald is probably one of the greatest feelings of all time. So that's it for me. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Kumongous, the sticky string Kaiju. I really want to hear your thoughts. Are you on Team Kumongous, Team Gamma Seal, or any of the other Kaijus for that matter as well? Feel free to let me know. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Cimoooooooo!